This is a great honor here, and I really want to thank the U.S. Patent Office and the wonderful staff of the National Inventors Hall of Fame for the honor of inviting me to join such distinguished company of inventors, both past and present. Allow me to elaborate a little bit about that, that fishing rod, because actually it was a very important event in my life. In 1975, I was working at Hughes Microelectronics in Southern California. My day job was to develop radiation-hardened transistors used in Earth-orbiting satellites. This was the height of the Cold War. In the evenings, however, I was a tinkerer and a budding inventor. My lab was our kitchen. One of the inventions I was working on was that fishing rod that did not require any overhead casting. Night after night, I was struggling with it and getting nowhere. So my wife, Britt, seeing my frustration, sat me down and said to me, "You know there are 26 million people in the United States, 26 million, that go fishing. For sure, quite a few of them are tinkerers just like you, and they have plenty of time to, when they're fishing, to come up with a better fishing rod. You, on the other hand, have been only once fishing, and you came back with how many fish? 0. So let me ask you this," she says. "How many people in the world know what you know in your field?" Well, my PhD research work at Princeton was in an area of semiconductor quantum physics that at that time was relatively virgin territory. So I said, maybe 3 or 5 people in the world. So Britt says, "So what am I missing here? Why don't you stop tinkering around and start inventing something in an area where you're a world-class expert?" That was a true aha moment. Really, really, completely transformed my life and that of our family. I became a man obsessed. Within 6 weeks, I came up with a perfect solution to a vexing problem: how to electrically erase the EEPROM transistor invented by Dov Froman-Benchkowski, who is another inductee of the National Inventors Hall of Fame. And that solution relied on a quantum mechanical tunneling mechanism that could not just erase but also write the memory transistor. To my delight, our early experiments at Hughes showed that this tunneling mechanism was orders of magnitude more efficient than existing techniques, actually about 1 million times more efficient. Now, how much more lucky can you get as an inventor when you, within a few weeks, have something that's 1 million times better than... Anyway, so now my boss at that time, Tom Toombs at Hughes, immediately grasped the significance of that breakthrough. And for the next 2 years, it was an exciting rush to fully flesh out that physics of that tunneling mechanism and to perfect our first Floating Gate EEPROM chip. To this day, this is 40 years later, you will find that same tunneling mechanism at the heart of the flash memory in your iPhone, your digital camera, your USB flash drive. This is where all your pictures, your videos, and your apps are stored. Not bad for something that began as a fishing rod. So I want to thank today, first of all, my parents, Abraham and Genia, for always encouraging me to think big. Our children, Michelle and David. Michelle, by the way, came up with the name SanDisk. Both here tonight, for often having to put up with me being an invisible dad. My brother Zalman and sister Sarah, who is here, for supporting me all those years. my many mentors, and by the way, my 2 grandchildren that are here, Jenya and Akiva, and my team at SanDisk, whose fantastic contributions really changed the world. But finally, and most importantly, this medal depends to my wife, Britt. I dedicate it to her. She is my hero. Britt, you are the love of my life, my inspiration and best friend. Not just for that how moment, but more important, for your steadfast support and wise advice all those years. Thank you. And I want to say that is true for so many of the other inventors and innovators here. Their spouses are their heroes, and you guys should all have a standing ovation, really. So thank you.